So MySQL InnoDB it is really great thing. Yeah, we'll see. Highly available become it use group replication, by the way. The MySQL router for connectivity, transparent connectivity from application. MySQL shell is mainly which will manage or orchestrator of this replication and InnoDB cluster. Uh, Single product MyInnoDB cluster vision, a single product MySQL with the high availability and scaling feature back in providing an integrated end-to-end solution that is easy to use. MySQL InnoDB cluster goals, one product MySQL, easy to use, flexible, modern, and scale out. So here there's on the application side, you will use MySQL router. Here you will use MySQL shell and MySQL enterprise monitor. Let's see, will MySQL group replication and natively distributed and highly available. This will use. So I believe this information is enough. Let's start. We'll build the InnoDB cluster. Here is the document. And so here it's a complete document to create an InnoDB cluster. We'll use 3 nodes and create we have this version 8.0.3 from scratch, and we are using Oracle Enterprise Linux. We have 3 machines. Okay, disable the firewall and SE Linux permissive. Download this from this location where you will find this. The location to download is, I will attach this file in the video, so you can download also this. And you can make a SW folder, normal my routine. I will show you. This is my first node. This is the second node. The IPs are 56.2.21, 56.2.22, 56.2.23. So we have 3 machines, and I copied the software in this location where this is the router, this is the shell, and this is the bundle of MySQL, and also Python RPMs required. So I also downloaded here. So we'll go back to the notepad. So these tools already I mentioned here as is. Then you have to tar xvzf. Okay. cdsw. Now we'll go there. And we already in there. Install Python tail FB parser system. I will install. This is the tool we're going to install. This is the first node. Other nodes are up. Yes. So let's see. The third node, second node, and first node. You don't need internet for this video because I'm using totally offline. Okay, parallelly, I want to install on all. So what I will do, I will use all 3 machines parallelly. This and shift insert. This is yum install MySQL community server client plugins, IC data files, common live debug info, -star. So I will install this. Yes. So parallelly, it is installing on all 3 machines, MySQL. So MySQL server installation, MySQL finished. Took some time. All 3 nodes parallelly install. And now we'll install the Python. These RPM already I mentioned here, and you can search it from internet and download. These are the RPM I'm installing. These are RPMs. Yes. Okay, great. It's installed. Now we'll install MySQL shell. This one is the orchestrator of the InnoDB cluster. It will take some time. We'll installation finish. Install MySQL community. We install shell. So here we'll start the tailing the file mysql.log and grep -i password $. So once we start, it will bring us for this. I will do one by one on each machine. Is better because password are different for each machine. So now I will start MySQL. So if you can see that it is all started and also it's showing me the password. Okay, this is the first node. Because what I did by this, if we tail -f continuously grep the password, so it is running, and ampersand mean come out of that one and show me, but come out. So no more tail, it's remain, but it is running in the background. So once I start, it showed me the grep command inside. Okay, so this is our first node password. So as it is a temporary, we'll change it. So we'll go to MySQL root local host -SQL as is temporary and will change. So see, if you notice, we are using here MySQL sh. Before we were using MySQL. So let's connect. So please provide the host for password. Okay, this is the password. Root is a default user inside the database for MySQL. This is the password. We'll say here no, because we are changing password. Even if you see here in the notepad, don't save as it is a temporary, we'll change it. So don't save. So press default is no, so we enter it. So we log in by this password, the first time password. And not first time, actually, we should change it as a temporary password. So the command is a bit different than MySQL because we are using here MySQL sh. So we'll set the password as this by this command. Set password equal to this. So password is now Oracle O capital underscore 123. And now create a user. We will create a user cluster admin identified by, again, we are using the same password. You can keep another one, but I'm keeping the same password. Okay, no issue. So this user also created. Grant all privilege on start to this user cluster admin. Okay, to come out, we'll press Control D. Control D in Linux is a command, it come out of all processes. Okay. So cp this file, let's see, and copy in there. We'll see the path, is it same? We'll press the tab, shift, insert, and prompt. And prompt will use the same one. Okay. So let's see if the same file is there. Supposed to be same. PL and then plus. So this file is there. The same file name will be there to see PL. Okay. This is, we'll copy from here to the home location. Okay. So we copy this file to the home. Okay. So we'll run this MySQL sh. And we'll do this, that history auto save. Whatever the commands we run, it should save it. So that's why we are enabling. This is for just this command line. So it will save it, whatever, and history like it. But this is MySQL shell is not the Linux shell. Max size 5,000. It will keep also the last 5,000 in history. Okay, this is the first node we are finished. We'll go to the second node and do the same. We install already MySQL shell on everywhere. Just we'll do the same on the second node. You know now what's the purpose of this. System start MySQL D. And then we'll log into MySQL SH. It's starting and same time it will grab password from the MySQL d.log.log. Great, it started successfully. So this is the password for the second node. No, will not save the password. Just keep in mind that there is another video for MySQL installation. Must do standalone installation before proceeding to this clustering. And you should know at least basic knowledge of Linux and MySQL to build this cluster. Okay, still we need to do more thing on the second node. We just log into MySQL SH with the temporary password. So we didn't save the password, but we'll set the password now. This is a bit different than conventional MySQL and console and the commands. It's same, but there is a different like password. So we are creating a user also on the second node for cluster admin with the same password. Must be same password for cluster admin on all three nodes. Control D and then CP the same file to the home directory. Control plus D. I'm doing for the history autosave and this side because it will keep the commands in the history. So this is we are done on the second node. So again, we'll run on the third node this way. Starting MySQL. Okay. We'll use the MySQL SH console to log in. This is the third node we are repeating again. This is the password from this file. Whenever you install MySQL, it generates temporary password and keep in this file. And here we connect and use this password. Default no, because it's temporary. We are not saving it. Okay, set the password for this one. This is the create cluster admin user for cluster administration. Password, whatever, but should be for this user on all three nodes should be same. Granting the permission. And then we'll come out of this Control D and copy to the home directory. Okay. This is for the autosave history. And the other command for max size 5000 in the history. So we are done with this configuration. Now DB configuration. We must run this from, okay, so we'll start from the first node. Let's go to the first node. We are now in the first node. So DB configure instance. And this is our machine name, you know, if our machine name OEL 86 MySQL 1, just to make sure OEL 86 MySQL 1. Make sure this is the machine name. Yes, we are using the same. Save password. Now, once you enter, yeah, we'll save the password. We'll provide the password and we'll save the password. Okay. Is asking for the password, the same password we gave. Actually, the password we set for the root user of MySQL. Yes, you have to save it now. So where need to change your kind of, do you want to perform the required config changes? Yes. If you see here in the document I mentioned, do you want to save? So you see I'm giving you YY, okay? So yes. You want to restart instead after configuring it? Yes. So this document, I hope it will be very helpful in future for you. Now run this for the second node. Okay. What I remember we'll do from the same node. The same password will provide. Yes, here we'll save it. Y or yes, whatever you want. Y, yes. Y, yes. So the instance we used in InnoDB. This is the second instance restart. So now we'll go for the third one. The same password we mentioned here, we'll type for the same. Yes. Y. So this is done. We'll go to creating a session to this cluster admin, fetching schema names. Okay. Now we'll run this command before we configure instances, now we are going to cluster db cluster my cluster. Okay. So adding instance, there is no failure. Cluster successfully created. Use cluster to add MySQL instance. At least 3 instances are needed for cluster to be able to withstand up to 1 server failure. Okay. So cluster status. We'll run this for the second node, check instance configuration, if it is compatible or no. So instance configuration is compatible with InnoDB cluster, great. We'll check for the third node. Yeah, it's valid to be used in InnoDB cluster. So now we'll add this. First node is there, so now we'll add this second node in the cluster. Default clone, we'll go with the clone. Even I didn't mention, but go for the default. So what it is doing, it will clone everything from first node to the second node. Okay. It's very small database, fresh database, so it clone it on second. Okay, now we'll add the third node. Default clone. So adding the instance, then cloning it. And backend in future, it will use group replication. Whatever change happen on the primary, it will replicate on other nodes. So restarting the node, great. We'll check the cluster status. So you can see here now it's showing the complete topology with cluster status. Now, if you see, cluster name is this, default replica set name default. Primary is the first node, okay. And this is primary. If you see, this is the first node is primary. This is MySQL 1. This is secondary. This is second node, and there is another secondary. If you see, third node, okay. So, and it can, it is saying cluster is online and can tolerate up to 1 failure, okay. Great. Successfully, we created the cluster. Let's see, router, the recommended deployment mode is with InnoDB cluster with router sitting on the same host as the application. It should install on the where you are using the application, which will connect to. So we'll install it also here, no issue. Okay. CDSW will go and yum install MySQL community, then router and connect bootstrap. Okay. Router find account, create all user root, start SH. So P cluster host, select host name, run primary. Okay, we'll go and we'll install CD. I believe already SW. I'm duplicating tab for the first node. And here we'll go to so we are on the first node. We'll install, there is RPM already, if you can see here, router. Okay, I will install the same. Yes. And then you it's installed. So we'll go to the second command. Okay, we have to record. So let install on currently primary. Actually, I did it for the SQL router and tested and the first node. So if you see currently second node is the primary and these two are secondary, first node and third node, and second node is primary. I installed on first node SQL router. SQL router is for the application. I can install on the second node as well to test it. Okay, I will go there, cdsw and yum install SQL router on the. It is not for the database node. Already I am there. I will install this. Okay. And then we have to go to this location. It will install. This is the default location for this. Yes, install 5 MB. So our router is nearly installed. And we don't need these two commands. We need this and this cd. Okay, it's installed. I will create a MySQL cluster admin. This is directory TMP router I'm using. It's already there. By the way, this user account is router friend. Okay. And we have to go cd user bin SQL router. cd us bin is there. Okay, this is the directory, and there we can run this, or if it is not running, we'll give the complete path. First admin password. So I will relaunch it. 1 minute. Was the user already I created by the first node. So so I configure the MySQL router with this, and because what I was missing minus name in the first node, so I force it to again configure, because you can configure more than one application server. So here we configure on the second node and connect to the second node, which is primary now. Okay, now we'll start it, and this is the location where put the router setting. Okay, dot start dot sh. This is we are starting the router. So we start it. Okay. So here are two things. If you use 6447, you will connect to the secondary node. Okay. And if you use 6446, you will connect to the primary node. Okay. You connect. Suppose we are here. So we are in MySQL and select with the SQL you can go. By the way, it's already in SQL, but I'm just telling you SQL console from JS2 it become SQL. Okay. Select at the rate host name. So it's the secondary replica. As I showed you, this is the third. Okay. We connected by this. Now if we connect through the 6446, so our primary is, it should connect to primary, this select at the rate host name. If you see, this is the 2. So second is the primary. Now we can failover. Let's suppose now primary is the second node. I will go to second node. I will stop it. I will duplicate this one. MySQL router should run on the application, but we are running here and configuring here. Our cluster is built now. Just for the connectivity, we are checking. The second was primary. If you see here, and now if we connect again by 6446, where it will go before it connect to secondary node. So where it should go, we'll go there and run it. Select at the rate host name. So it is now third node. If you want to know it is primary or no, we'll go there and we'll check. We'll move to JS. And we'll get the cluster status. So the second node, we shut it down. We stop the service. So it's giving error, but the primary is now the third node, if you see, and it is connecting to. So this is how we connect by SQL router, and it will go. If any one node is down, automatically it select the primary. By this port 6, this is the important thing, 6446 for primary and 6447. So it's quite interesting. We finish it. So MySQL router, we use this one on any application server if you need, and better you use the minus name, because let me share here also. Okay, and this one for your reference when you're bootstrapping, so go with this. And this is it's nearly same. And what I will do for you, only add a minus name in the minus name, like I give here, I miss it. So this is actually the command. This is the right command. So in next time, if you give, you connect to from the second router, you can connect to the same router if you install more than one application server. So you will create by this with where you are giving the name of the router. Next time, if you connect it, no, there is a configuration of my router, and you can with the router friend is the user, and you can don't use create always, because the router friend already this user is created. So you will use this one and connect to primary, which is retriable. So this one will be like this. Okay. So thank you very much for today.